What's up with you? Good. Is it good? No. All my life. You can to Bluetooth to the board, or Kenyatta don't want to do it through there. Yeah, but I, yeah. That's cool. You just have to control. Yeah. All right. Everybody clap your hands. Oh, there we go. Everybody clap your hands. Have a look at me. I am your brother from Canada. All right. How you doing? Okay. My name is, so community elders call me Yata. Can you say Yata? Call me Kenyatta. Can you say Kenyatta? Okay. In the close setting, okay. I'm known as Mr. Tucker. You want Mr. Tucker? And in my family, I've been in the household or my community family. I'm Risha. And so when the time is right, I will carry that name. So my daughters, where are my daughters? I see one right there. Let's see, that's my daughter right there. You want to say hello, Glory? Okay, where's Aya? Yes. Okay, all right. So those are extensions of the Eagle clan. Okay. So we are all family. I just want you all to know family. I welcome you all. If this is your first time to the AACHM, in other words, the Canterbury Cultural Museum. Make some noise! So I just want you to know what you all are in the present, okay? So there are some important people I want to make sure that you know, okay? Because there's a saying that your net worth is your network. Okay? Yeah. And so, who will tell you, and I am a witness of it, okay? So not about you know, but what? Well, who you know, okay? So in this space here, okay, from Ann Arbor to FCC to Ann Arbor, it really even goes beyond that. We're all family, so we're Washtenaw, okay? And even beyond that, we are Afro, okay, here, and for certain folks, we're just African Americans right on, we can say that later, okay? But we're all family, we're all here, okay? And here for one another. So today's is youth royalty, because you are royalty. You know who you come from, okay? You come from, okay, a mighty people, okay? You are mighty people. And so we need to have these kind of dialogues where we really get familiar with one another, historically, culturally, socially, where we break away from technology and really connect, okay? So that's why we're together, okay? We want to bring here each other. As you can see, we have some mighty people on off here, and it's really, we haven't put any exhibits just yet, okay? It's called a part of the Christmas right here. So we don't want this to be a space where it's just place and it's just a house on a hill, and it's something that you just finance all the time. No. We want to go around here. Go around, have young people walked around here. Okay, so I want to space. To go around here, okay, I want you to go around, look at the images on the wall. Okay, sit down on these images over here. Okay, there's an extent of the museum. I want you to do this space and imagine what can you do? How can your community and how can the community support you? So let me check. How many of you all are in middle school? Okay, very good. How many of you all are in high school? Okay, cool. Okay, how many of you all are? Okay. Somebody in elementary school. Okay, represent. Okay, kind of are you ready on this? Okay, okay. And it doesn't matter whether you are in elementary, middle, or high school. Okay, you are our youth. Okay, we love you. Okay, and there's so much that I just need to this is like 0. We haven't even got the point yet. Okay, because this is your dreams, your purpose. Okay, how many days on the principal? Okay, I'm going to, let's see. Harold, would you be so kind to let us know the day principal?
Oh, you want me to say it out loud?
Yes, sir. Mia, that's right. Mia is Swahili for a purpose. So purpose is very, very important. Okay, the purpose for this space right here. It goes levels beyond that because you got to see purpose in it. Okay, we can hire engineer architect, actually part of architect to do this work. We gotta see I'm an engineer. I work here, okay? I see my work here. Okay, I'm also I see my work here. Okay, and so I guess I see our work on behind this space, right? See, that's when we're really plugged in. We see our visions, our dreams, and then we'll connect with other people like in our space, we're gonna visit their space. Okay, so I'm like you, just like you. I'm going to do and say everything good. Okay, you're looking good like good as to the space right here. It's you, okay? I want you all to be a part of this. And guess what, guys? These are all these projects here. You want to do projects, community projects, we do something that we don't work on. Okay? You should have got cold. Look, get on our team. Not that team. Give us something. Okay? So it's always a possibility, and it starts with our team. Okay, so that's what we're here. So we're going to have no problems. I want to do this thing that's okay. The young Mike, and how many brothers are here? Okay, I want you all on YouTube as well as everybody go. Just take a 5 minutes. Get the team. Go in there, walk around, come down. I want you to walk around. I want you to make a whole journey and trace the road all around. You have complete circle, then you can come and have a good stuff. All right? Let's go. You don't keep yourself. Yep. Go. That's your time to go. Listen, Yes, sir.
Okay.
In the beginning of this thing, okay, let's be wrapping it up.
That's what
Okay, my DJ, my resident DJ, well, okay, we have a dance, I love it, I love it. It is tradition, okay, so it's a community space like so just real quick before I go any further, so I believe Joyce is anybody else? Okay, Mama Joyce, do I have permission to continue? Thank you. Clap it up, Mama Joyce, you on? So culturally, you can find this in Africa and other indigenous communities. There's a hierarchy in the community. There's the elders, and then the adults, then the teens, the adults and trainers, and then kiddos. And so every the youth to somebody, even the elders, because our youth to our ancestors. And so we are responsible for the wisdom that was bestowed upon them to bestow upon us as adults to bestow into the adult situation and the okay. So all youth, one way or another, elders, one way or another. You see, African is not linear. We are creative people. Okay, so we see literally, we think simply, we see spatially. Okay, that's how God is. God is dimensional. God is multi-dimensional. Okay, and you are dimensional too. And so it's important to keep things in mind as we go about our lives, to make sure that we are not only keeping in line with vision, but we also leave room for spirit to express this. Okay, and so with that in mind, okay, we need a drum. Do a drum call and there's some Kwanzaa here. Young people, we want to go. Okay, and so today you all are going to be our teachers as well. So we are going to shoot.
Brother, you have the drum?
I think I thought your babies are in the car.
You know, can I just say something?
Yeah, go ahead. You go. This is Bob McKee. What's up?
So, all right, let me speak to my folks here first. All right, hoodie folks, what's up? All right, I'm doing it for all the hoodie folks, right? Some things that hoodie, so I asked, is a drum, and those are things I can share, like myself first, right? So the bottom is that if I'm a drum and give people, I gotta open myself up to energy. So this is how we are, those that are on my level, we check ourselves. We don't want to see as much, we see our to where ourselves. We don't want our everything come to be revealed, so we tuck it in. As a safe space, we ain't gotta do that. But I can't my job on tuck it. So I gotta let it out a little bit. I gotta open it up so I can get with that, I'm being rolled a little bit, so I mean, I got mine on, take a step first, you can go ahead and pull a little, let the hair out a little bit, because this right here, we call it. So everybody this is what we call, this is the space in your head where they say, it goes directly to the crib. So when you keep up in the space with a lot of energy, that energy away from you. Now, when I go to work, or I'm in certain spaces, guess what? I cover myself. Because everybody's energy is necessary all around. So when I have my locks out, my locks are like roots that's infinite. It will grab everything around. So you have to understand, like, certain things I don't want to be like that all the time. So I make sure that little dude got it, I might go right here, I have a space of safety, family, this is community. The locks is for who you are. You don't have to be pain. And so those ories I see right here, like I see some nice wonderful hairstyles and hair textures. I see it all. That's us, y'all. And that's what we do. So I'm gonna open myself up with, so I can go ahead and give something to the I want to roll for a second, but I had a lot to do with it. Okay? You got instruments, you got something doing. So with some instruments, we're gonna just do a little section. So we gotta have people just kind of participate. And really, it's not always the case, And back in my first one, my hand class. So all that stuff, Right. Yeah. So even if the color says ways up to that way, you attract energy. So we're going to leave us just a minute. That's what we'll say. All right. Now you have it, right? Go ahead.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
All right, so that's how we open it up.
Yeah.
That's how we open it up, all right? So we just like to get in, like, he's someone who had an interest in winning with the people, and we do things in time to everyone says, everyone says. There's some people like, you know what I'm saying? That's sort of like. And that's what we get by here all the time, and our music is an activator for us. Because it's all about getting everybody on the same level of consciousness, the same level of thought, the same spirit. That's why we call it soul music. Alright, cool. Alright, clap it up for y'all, son. Clap it up. Alright, so one of the things, like, everybody knows what they like, what's up, right? What's up? Hello? So bring all of our traditions together. We're talking about all over people like us. So that's why we use different languages, because we just don't all speak English. You know, so we use different languages and different words, because even in America, you know what we can do in English. We say things the way we want to and how we, because so that's why we say, like we use all of that way to think about what's going on and where you at, we talking to, where you. So because this has celebration the whole black world, we say we use Kiswahili language as one of the largest languages in continental Africa. So we say, what's up? Like we speak in Kiswahili, we say, what's up? Like, what's the news? And so when we're doing Kwanzaa, you can call a response. So we say Habaragani, and then when you respond with the principle. So the response is Nia. So I'm gonna say Habaragani, you say Nia. Habaragani. Nia. Habaragani. Nia. Habaragani. Nia. So let's go. That's why today is by that purpose, intent, with the things that you and try to do. So that's what I'm doing. So very another way to say what's up. So in your East Africa, if you are in Senegal, they say Nagada. Everybody say Nagada. Nagada. That means what's up. All right. So West. Yeah. West. Yeah. West. All right. So and then of course another way to say it in Kiswahili they say Jambo. Everybody Jambo. That's what's up. So this happens. That's what we're learning. You're learning to host. When you see people have information, you gotta know where we're at. One thing they'll do now, whenever you see another person, you get in that space. It's not a whole lot y'all. If you want to do like y'all, we all know that one thing you do is like this go. You get ahead now, you're like, and that's saying, I see you, you see me.
Yes.
That's important. I see you, you see me. So that means if something goes down, I saw you. Well, I need to know something. So then we know again. That's all the things that we do, not because it's no. It's because it's secret material. We like this for real. All right, so
Normally people take a look at the news, but I just want to make sure that for family, who may not have participated in this part of a Kwanzaa, of a typical Kwanzaa ceremony, we just want to do this real quick so that we make sure that we fit this in, and then we're going to translate. So, just a whole lot. I'm going to call Big Mike. Big Mike. Okay, so we do this work, okay? I want you to go to come on there real quick. All right, so we're bringing our donation box. By the way, if y'all want to donate to the AACHM, we got a box for you, okay? And so yeah, so we're gonna do this quick little practice real quick. So Big Mike, would you mind standing in front of that speaker on the other side of that plant? Okay, next to the gentleman right here. Okay, cool. All right, so we just want to do this very quickly. Okay, so this practice is called pouring libations. Okay, and you can find people in the U.S. You can find people all over the continent of Africa. And so this is our way, but the indigenous people of this land, they have their own way of doing it, and that's cool. That's all. It doesn't matter how you do it according to your culture, is what it is you're doing. And then you have people in India, you have people in other parts of Asia as well, okay? So this is our way, okay? So this is just pouring libations, okay? And so what we're gonna use is a little bit of water, and we just wanna acknowledge our ancestors that made it possible for us to be here today, okay? So this practice can be extended, okay? But we just wanna do just a very quick pouring, and then we wanna do the candles, okay? And that way we got that part in, and then we can transition to the actual candle session. Okay, so Mike, let me just model for you real quick, okay? And then you, I want to pass it to you, okay? It's like passing the torch, man. So you may be that might be your role in the community, man, to pour out this for the people. So, you all, let's pour for the great Most High that made it possible for us all to be here, all right? So we say, so anytime we pour, we want to say the word Ashe. Ashe means so be it, okay? So be it. All right, so we give thanks to the great Most High. We say Ashe. Okay. Good, just like this a little bit, just like that, okay? And now, and so from here, I'm gonna give it to you, okay? And then we're gonna pour for you guys. Let's just think of either maybe a family member, okay, a loved one, a cousin, auntie, uncle. You can also call on somebody who has passed on that inspires you in some way. Okay, so it could be, I don't want to tell you, but so for me, I would say somebody like, let's just say, so my favorite historian is a gentleman by the name of John Henry Clark. Changed my life. Okay, so but before I honor him, I have to honor my mom. My mom transitioned, so I want to pour for my mom and just say the names of whoever comes on your heart. Okay? And we just want to say thank you for going through the sacrifices that you've gone through to make it possible for me to be here. And I promise that I'm going to take the opportunity that you gave me and do my best to be my best self and to be of assistance to anybody that I can to make the world better. Okay? Some people like ministry, but that's what we do. It's in our culture. Okay, all right, so here we go. So, Mike, would you be so kind? Okay, here we go. So, what I'd like you to do, so you guys, just join me, just go on in. So, anytime you just hear people, you hear people give a name, you just keep pouring. Just pour a little bit, so there's a lot of focus. So, just take your time, okay? A little bit, okay? Ready? All right, so, to Mama Tucker, we say, Ashe. Ashe. Ashe, Grandma Ruth, Ashe, John Henry Clark, Ashe, Ashe. Okay, so we're gonna have a little bit of water here, just real quick. So all of those ancestors are named, okay, we just want to say thank you. And because had you not said yes, I'm going to keep going with the Kuji Jacqueline, with the Imani, okay, because some of our ancestors, they could have jumped the ship, and we would not be able to blame them because those conditions were that horrific. Okay, but they said no, because we have faith that things are going to be better. And that's the reason why you and I are here. All right? So we're going to say 3 times, Ashe. On the last one, we're going to hold it as long as we can, and we're going to clap it up again. All right? So all of those known and unknown, we say, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Okay, I need a lady. Can I get a lady? Get a lady here. Okay, I need a lady. I need a volunteer. Come on up, man. Come on up. What's your name again? Come on. Alright, so, where's Brother Peter? Okay, just take her and take us with you. Just call out the principals and just guide her and the principals and the qualities. All the cameras with it,
All right, so what we're going to do, we're just going to call out some of the different principles we've already done. So the first day is Moja, that's the black camel. Would you like that, please? Cool. All right, then the next principle is G.
No,
I'm sorry.
it's CDI
Red,
here.
right?
Yes, that's correct. Yes,
So
sir.
like that one. That's food self-determination, food chocolate. Then it will green, and so the one after that, that's AACHM.
Correct.
Looks like that one.
Oh, yeah, your girlfriend is nice with it.
Then we go red again, so we have AACHM, then it's Ujama, which is cooperative economics.
Yes, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir.
All right, now we're going over here, and this is the principle for today. This is Mia.
Yeah.
Mia was a purpose. Go ahead and write that for us. So this is another way to use light as energy, as a way to signify the ideals that we've already gone through and that you're going through each day. So Kwanzaa. All right, everybody clap for Okay, all right.
Question.
Yes, yes.
How many principles Kwanzaa?
There are 7 principles. Just like how 7 is a powerful number, 7 days of the week, 7 days of creation, 7 lucky numbers, 7, all that stuff. These things are very significant. So we have 7 principles that talk about 7 things that throughout all of our history that we've noticed that help us be who we are and always make it through to our greatness. That with those things, if we use those things, that we are always going to find our way through. That's what represents the 7 principles of Kwanzaa. So actually, in Nguzo Saba means 7 principles. All right? Everybody say Nguzo Saba. 7 principles.
Give us the last 2 that we'll be celebrating.
So we did Nia today. Then we have Kuumba. Everybody say Kuumba. Kuumba means creativity. Meaning to be able to create, to do things, to find out of know your language, your dress, create mind, there's art, whether there's music, ideas, whether cooking, all things. And then after that, the last one is Iman. And Iman is faith. Everybody say Iman. Iman is faith. So that's our ability to use spirituality to see us all the way through to the finish line. All right, clap it up,
Yeah. So just one last thing real quick. Just for those who did not know this, Kwanzaa was inspired by African traditions in Africa, but it is an African American holiday, right? So you don't have to feel like to be a part of it, or doing something that's a violation of something, right? It's a cultural, we find the 2 principles that same family typical in Africa. So what he said, transitioning our panelists, all right? So all of my panelists, would you be so kind to take a second here to kind of, get the drums out the way, panelists, okay?
So it is that for all this time, so now you've heard from us, we hear from you, and you're we're going to ask them some questions, and it's about what you all have seen and what you know. I want you to listen to what they're saying, think about the answer, because there's opportunity to listen.
Yes.
And to get insight, your experience, your wisdom.
All right, so here we like to appeal for you. This represents very of youth, from youth to adulthood. Okay, so we have panelists that are every high schoolers all the way to graduates. Okay, so I'd like to, when I'm listening to panelists, where is Miss McKenzie?
All right, that's just gravity. Go ahead, run that.
Right, okay. I knew that she was over there. I thought that's right. Okay, all right, okay, cool. So what I'm gonna do is to you might introduce yourself and where you are in terms of your education, like your high school, college, your studies.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Sade. Did you say HMI?
If you like.
That's fine. My name is Sade, and I'm originally from the area, and now I currently reside in Austin, Texas. And right now, I'm currently in nursing school. I work in regenerative medicine and aesthetics.
Oh, wow.
Hello everyone, my name is Lee Jackson. That's my dad. I am currently a student at AACHM University studying in business management, and currently I work at the University of Michigan in their Bioinnovations Institute.
Hello, I'm Bruce Lee. I'm a senior in high school. I'm a junior, 11th grader, and
Hi, I'm Lee. I completed my undergrad as a science. I am working as a behavioral manager at a school in Cincinnati, and I am exploring my next step in education. Hopefully, I will be at the University getting my PhD in gender studies.
Hi, I'm Mackenzie. I graduated from Huron in 2023, and I'm currently a sophomore. I'm a human performance with a concentration in medicine and aspiration to be a PA.
Hey guys, I'm online for here in school.
Keep you and I use our hip hop, okay? And let's flow, okay? So I'll get it going, and then I'm gonna pass the mic and just go in how you feel. Ready?
All right, boss.
Let's get it. All right, here we go. So as a parent, I realized that part of Gen X that some things that took place in my generation are no longer valued. Okay. I'm gonna see some of this, okay, 90s style pants. Cool. For a minute, those got a little tight. Okay. All right. Okay. And so speaking of fashion, okay, that's why trends change. I, as an adult, I was thinking like, man, when I see daughters, as well as my students, okay, appreciate it. That's like let's say for yoga pants, all right? Concerned that boys or young men at that age would only have your physical appreciating your mental and other aspects of you. I'm curious from your vantage point, does your clothes in any way indicate you
I am like older Gen Z, like almost millennial, and so I have seen a lot of like leggings, yoga pants, like I had every different style. And what I will say, in my experience, because I fight my mom and dad all the time, like, yoga pants, what's wrong with you? For as a woman now, as an adult, what I will say is there are times for everything, and also dress impact your soul. How you dress also does impact how the world will kind of view you and also accept you. So if you're looking to be in certain spaces, certain places, you should always present yourself appropriately. Appropriately can be a lot of different things, right? So like if you're in school, I personally think that pants and things like that are fine. It's a little rougher for like the dads and things. And truth be told, like looking at your little year, my heart.
Shut him on him.
I'm just being honest. And also, there's a time and a place for everything. Like you can wear your yoga pants and things like that, but you can also cover up appropriately in certain areas. Like if you want a little skin, a little lip, then you get your legs. And I'm just being honest. You can, but also like a sweatshirt. So like, balance is important. Balance is important. And hey, yeah, like that's my perspective. However, like, as a young person, I've never been like. You're trying to find your style. You're not really sure what works best or what may not be appropriate for your age. I definitely feel social media has been really impactful. And also, I think a lot of times some girls may wear things they want or whatever, but it's like they are attracted to a certain aesthetic. So, you know, what aesthetic you're attracted to is which, you know, type of clothing or clothing style you're going to be more susceptible. I mean, yeah. And sorry to the dad.
She came, so you. You know what? If you're fired, you respond to that fast, my guess.
Yeah, I'm just fantastic covering it. Stole a lot of it out of my mouth, actually. So, for the most part, I'm gonna let her rock on that.
Okay.
Could you repeat the question?
Oh, okay. So considering the trends, trends that came out were yoga pants, like fitted pants, fitting for ladies. And as a dad, now that I'm a dad, right, I get a little concerned that males see when they look at you, if you have pants and showing two attributes, distracting from your inner attributes. Okay, so I was wondering what thoughts do you validity to it or not?
I definitely think that is valid to be concerned. However, I do think that it is just important to teach boys that women are more than a figure or something to look at. You should be worried about their mind as well. However, for direct on just if like whatever you bring with your friends is what you're wearing when you're trying to make pressure on anybody. You're around, especially when I got out of high school into college, professors will look at you a little bit if you're in sweats, if you're coming to class like every time. Like every once in a while, like
It'd be like that.
yeah, like if you're coming to class, you're looking a little bummy. Like that day, like you kind of want to play the part that you want to see yourself in the capture in.
Okay, pass on.
Yeah, I kind of agree, but to just add on, especially like going to Howard, like fashion is like a big thing there, right? Everyone has like their own style, but like for example, homecoming, when that comes around, like I think people have to keep in mind like it's not just our homecoming, like alumni come. And you could find like your next job, you could find like a future scholarship, like an internship, right? And so like there's gonna be older people there too, so you kind of like have to dress the part like all the time, not all the time, but like even for stuff where it's supposed to be fun, like don't just like flaunt everything you have, because like a lot of girls were doing that, and I know like a lot of people were upset about that, but you have to keep in mind like that could be like your next internship, like a job in the future after you graduate, so yeah.
Very good.
I don't have much to say about this, I'm not gonna lie, because I'm just worried about school, so I don't really think about this that much.
I think everyone spoke and made some very good points, so I definitely agree. I will say I feel like it hurts my feelings sometimes it's on women to be responsible for that. Like it is the society that we live in, but as Sister over here said, like also raising men to have the mentality that there's more there than the pants that we have on, their pants, you know? I like yoga pants. I had someone today, and I like to do yoga, so like, you know, it don't have to come down to always those type of things.
Oh, yeah. Real quick, would you be so kind to introduce yourself and let us know like where you are in your education journey?
Yes, my name is Anaya Bass. I just graduated from Hampton University this year with a degree in psychology, and right now I'm studying for the MCAT in medical school this year. So.
Okay, just still on that vein real quick. You know, we talked about what it was for young ladies and their choice of dress and things like that. I want to pass it to the men, to the young gentlemen. When you wear your clothes, what do you think it says about you? What you wear and how you wear it. What do you think it says about you, and what do you think it represents?
Let's start with Amadou here. Go ahead, brother.
Personally for me, the clothes I wear, I don't really put too much thought into it really, but I know there's a place and time for things. And say I'm going to like shadow at like a hospital or something, I definitely will dress more professional because I don't want their first impression to be just I just come sloppy and I don't take it seriously. Like I feel like the clothes you wear matters, like how serious you take like where you're at. So I just feel like the clothes I wear, I don't always give too much light. Like at school, I'll come with sweatpants and just sweatshirt. But if I go somewhere else, I definitely dress more professional.
For me, the clothes I wear, I put a lot of time and effort into what I wear, because I think one thing that I've learned as I've grown up, especially as a black man, is that what I'm wearing, someone is always watching me. Someone, no matter who they are, somebody at some point is going to be looking out and they're going to notice me somewhere. And I always want to put out the idea that, not that like, you know, I'm not threatening or anything, but I always like to express myself in my clothing, and I like to come off as, yeah, put together. That's a good word for it. I like to come off as put together, no matter where I'm going. School, you know, I'll show up, you know, sweatpants, all that, but at the same time, I might come in the next day, have on a trench coat and a turtleneck. You know, I really, for me, my clothing matters a lot to me, and I like to set off certain impressions and to show certain people certain sides of me.
And I feel like my clothing definitely does a lot, especially in combination with like mannerisms and how you behave. It does a lot to show people who you are as a person. And yeah, I never want to give off the wrong impression necessarily. I'm not too keen on what people think of me. I don't really care necessarily, but I know that they are watching me and paying attention to me. So I want them to, you know, while I'm minding my business, I want them to look at me and then proceed to mind their own. You know? I'm not gonna be the one who is walking down the street just trying to go grab a pizza and then someone calls the cops on me. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm not gonna be the one who's out there just walking down the street of my house and then I have people coming outside trying to check who I am and where I'm going. So in a way, I guess it's also about protection and about safety, which is something that I very highly value for myself and for those around me. And I feel like for me personally, it would be disrespectful to the care that people have into me if I didn't make sure I was taking care of myself whenever I went out.
Can I just add to, because I want to build on that question. Thank you. Let's talk about so now something that everybody can actually answer. I'm just going to throw this out here. So, based upon what people see in media and the images they see in media, what do you think are some of the images or the impressions that people have about you just by being melanated?
Okay.
So like, who you are, what are the impressions that people have just because you black? Because of what they see on TV and stuff in the media.
Okay.
Yeah?
I don't want to be too honest, but I think I've already opened that can of worms. I will say, as I've gotten older and as I've gotten into, I guess real womanhood, the impact that I've realized that the impact of the aesthetic that you so choose to subscribe to, unfortunately, that genuinely does matter. It opens doors, but it also closes doors. I don't want to say I'm a retired hot girl, if you know what I mean. However, I would like to say that in my growth in my growth in womanhood, my style has changed. And as my style has changed, my mindset has shifted. The people that I surround myself has shifted and has shifted for a better. And the opportunities that I'm able to get now, if I was dressing the same way that I used to dress, I would not have those opportunities. And that's just being very candid. Especially when you're an African American person or just a person of color in general, you are judged a lot more. I realize I can't go out in shorts and a little sweatshirt like the other people that don't necessarily look like me. People will question my belongingness. And, unfortunately, that comes out of pressure. However, I don't look at it as pressure. I look at it as an honor for me to set the tone. I think that the influence of media has both really good influences and really bad influences. It's kind of up to you, unfortunately, to kind of decide, navigate, which way that you want to go to. I always encourage, young people to express yourself creatively, but also be mindful. I think that's one thing I can look back and tell my younger self is to be mindful. You can still feel comfortable, you can still feel good, you can still feel strong and empowered, but you can also look the part as well. And I think sometimes people like to shy away from those things because I think sometimes it's too candid and sometimes it can feel like too much pressure, but baby, pressure builds diamonds. I promise you. I'm just saying. And the truth of the matter is, with the media, I think that it's so unfortunate that, we live in BBL culture. It's either you want to be a BBL or you want to be soft girly. There's one or the other. But the thing is, you don't have to subscribe to one or the other. You can always choose to be yourself. You can always choose to make your own path and your own. And that's the beauty of growing up, and that's the beauty of life.
Let's get some other takes on that. Okay. Oh, okay, we'll have a response unloaded. I'm ready to go to the next question. What y'all want to do?
Let's get a couple.
Yeah. If you have anything.
Okay, right.
So, some things that are in the media that I think are overgeneralized, like black people being shady, black people being the helper, or to specifically working in childcare and like in a field where I'm helping people, there's kind of the mammy stereotype.
Mm.
And that is kind of.
2024? Dang.
Oh, yeah.
Boy.
Like, it's going back to learned expectations that the country has gotten from being supported by Black women, looking up to Black women or having Black women that are supportive. Talk about it. And expecting that in the workplace.
Woo! Bars.
Anybody else?
Want to respond to that?
Yeah, all right, go ahead.
I ain't got something to say, okay.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say that I think it varies with different ages. Like, I've noticed that like with younger kids, like sometimes like, depending on the race, they'll be like kind of like scared. Just like cautious and more cautious than like Black kids, because like I babysit all types of kids, so like I don't know, I just seen like different things with different kids, but like also like with like kids my age, like I feel like them like or like people that aren't Black, they look to like ask for permission. I don't know why, like they look for like validation almost. Like for me, it's weird. Like it's really weird. Like people will like ask me about like my hair and stuff, and like not in like a rude way or anything, but like almost like I'm like all knowledge of all Black people all around, like everywhere. So like because I feel like they like think that I'm like one of the good ones, if that makes sense. I just feel like, yeah, I just feel like they're just like, yeah, I don't know, but that's just like kids my age. And then like older people, sometimes they'll like they'll like think that I'm like not willing to, or like with my teachers, well not my teachers now, but just like different teachers around that I've experienced, but like they'll think that I'm like not willing to like do work or something, or like compare me to like another Black student that isn't as successful as I am, and then they'll be like, oh, since that one does it, then you must like do that as well. And I'm like, but I just, yeah, I think it varies with like different ages too, so I think it's hard to just like put like one stamp on like all people all around.
Right.
So we got some people up here. Remember I said this is about hearing from you. So we got any questions that you want to bring up or you want to ask out? You want to pass the mic on to the crowd.
Any questions? Anything you want to ask? I mean, anything. Come on, let's get it. It's like, this is your space to speak. Who else asked you for your opinion?
You have a hand.
There we go, right. So we asking you because why?
Zuri says she has a question.
All right, hold on, we got one right here too.
Okay.
That's my good.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
There was one professor, well, it's not a professor, like,
Yeah, pizza school.
there was one teacher,
Yes.
he would call us, like, he wouldn't call us by name, but he would, like, call us Black kids.
I'm sorry.
I have a question, actually, I got it on my phone.
Right.
So, like, and I had told him, like, we're not Black kids, we have names, and then he had kicked me out of class.
Oh, wow. Okay. You got his name?
Talk about it.
Sorry.
It was a white male, I was like, I didn't have, it was a, no.
What are you talking about?
It was a teacher in our class.
Okay. Well, hey, thank you for your hand. No, it happened. All right, okay, so, anyone want to comment on that? You have a person want to comment on that? Let's see what we got. Go ahead. Hold on.
Can I ask you what school you go to?
Ipsy, okay.
So, I know, I didn't go to Ipsy, but I do have friends that went there. And I'm sure, like, if you say something to whoever that was, or tell whoever they were subbing for, like, things will be handled, but it does take time.
It was like, I think it was like family music, like, it was like, so basically, the substitute, like, after that, I told the actual teacher that supervised, alright, I'll do it. But then they'll walk around.
So,
when I was in middle school, there was we had one teacher that said the N-word, and he acted like he didn't say it, and all the black kids in the class had to like literally, like word for word, prove that he said it by each of us like giving a statement. Even though one kid saying that they heard a slur should be enough to like pull the teacher out and have a conversation with him. But it took at least a month for him, and he was still in the school. So it is, stuff like that does happen, but you do have to, like, if you want to address it, be sure that you are, you know, that.
I just want to like, I think they just don't care.
You have to make them, even if they don't care, just have to be out about it.
I'm gonna pass it back here, so we're gonna get some bounce back here, some feedback there, okay?
Two things. Number one, you have a right to be respected in a classroom and anywhere and everywhere else. If someone says something that's stupid, look for an adult advocate who will take it as far as it needs to be taken. If the teacher ain't listening, then we go to the principal. Principal ain't listening, we going to the school board. School board ain't listening, we going to the media. It is our job to protect y'all and to advocate for y'all and to push for y'all. So stuff like that shouldn't happen. But if we don't know about it, there ain't nothing we can do about it. But once you bring it up, then you confront us and you say what y'all gonna do about it. Because that's on us. Yes. We're supposed to protect y'all. Our responsibility is y'all. And nobody got a right to disrespect you in the classroom or anywhere else. And so you come to us. And if we don't do the job, then y'all front on us. Y'all get on us.
And to add on to that, I have a question, to build on that. So, do you all think that we are doing a good enough job to protect you?
No.
I'm gonna keep it real.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, because this is for us to hear the feedback. So, do you have any things, I'm gonna get to Zuri, let Zuri ask her a question, and then we can come back and maybe deal with that too. Go ahead.
All right.
Okay, this follows along with the story too.
All right, go ahead. Please step out so you see it.
Okay.
Zuri, there you go.
So, one day, I was walking in the hallway with my friends, right? And all of my friends, most of them are black, the people that I was walking with. And we were walking to our class, and there was maybe about, I don't know, 7 of us walking to our classes, right? And my thing is, I'm in class, I have nowhere else to go, so I'm just gonna go to class during passing time. I don't know if that's a story for everybody, but that's a story for me, okay? And that's a story for all my friends.
Yeah.
So there was, we have these hall teachers that just wander around in these halls, right? And this kid, not this kid, the teacher came out, and he was like, hey, y'all need to get to class, okay? And we were like, that's where we're going, right? And he was white, and he was like, giving us this weird look, and then he waited till all of us go to class, and then minded his business. What exactly am I supposed to do in that situation, considering I don't know where he's coming from? But, yeah.
So, we've heard a couple things and saying some of the things that we're doing as adults are not adequate. So my question is this now, I'm gonna throw this at y'all. What do you think are some things that, if you could have, that would make school environments feel safe? What do you think some of those things would be? So if you have any ideas about what you think would make our school environments and youth to feel safe, what do you think it would be? We'll pass it on, go ahead.
I would think that, more people are color, because sometimes, some people without color, they're cool, they're nice, they don't racially profile us, but most of the time they do because of our skin color. And I would feel like if we had more people our color, that it would be more safe and everything would, fall in place.
Okay, all right. No, I'm saying there's a huge imbalance in terms of staff and teachers, especially teachers. that reflect the population of the students. So she's right on point on that. Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. I was gonna say something similar along those lines of just the feeling of more advocacy and more support in the system, because as Black people, it just seems as talking about this distinct lack of feeling of support. So that goes with a teacher referring to all the students, like T and Zuri and her friends. That feeling, unfortunately, but return to, and that's something that I feel like have all that where it's just like, this is really problematic, and who else do we really have to tell other than like our parents, you know? And as parents, there's only so much you can do without being a part of that system yourself to impact how it goes. So for us to sit there and be constantly surrounded by all different people and prejudices, and then for those initial hours you're at school, kind of be left to your own as a child. You really what you do. You can only do so much. Only tell so many people, don't care so much. Because as you go up the chain in school, unless what you're telling them really is like really just damning and damaging to the school's reputation, there does no way you can obviously tell that the people in power don't care, and they're not willing to put in that extra effort unless you pressure them, and even sometimes that pressure doesn't motivate them enough. I don't really know what else we could do. More representation, any more support for the student within those that we can get. Of course, more volunteers, more people when they're willing to for us, as volunteers, we people in that group within it help support us, because otherwise we are even be left on our own, and that historically has never worked for us. And it's a system that is specific and it's broken against us in that.
Check in real quick, only because they're actually make sacrifice to make all of our children are here, and so like I don't know if we have this to keep going. I just want to try to do my best to stay in contact. I don't want because we gotta make sure I'm back. So I want to control my part, I want to go. So can we get all right.
I'm gonna make this really short. I'm removed from like high school and stuff. What I wish that I would have were to hold themselves accountable. And when I say that, it's not saying anything like demonize your parents or anything like that, but you do have a sort of a sub-community. However, grow. So it means that there has to be a system in which, we are creating that support. There are more faces that look like you. Where's the accountability? Because people like you, but there's ability to be followed through. That's something that will take years as well, is being that accountability of being able to have that support well. So we, in my kid right now, but some sort of system of like checks and balances, making sure that we're checking our children. I'm now into a little bit space like in my church, and what I'm noting a lot is they have access to a lot, but they're not really getting as much as they can from these clubs like diversity and inclusion, things like that, because there's not a lot of check-ins, and I think that it's up to the adults to maintain that structure in regards to those check-ins. Children not really time or whatever, it is your duty as the adult to make sure that you are making a constant and an intentional effort to make sure that you are following up these, checking in. And what I would parent as well, if your child tells you that they are sad or they're depressed, tell them depressed them, listen, genuinely, listen to them, understand where they're coming from. Even the problem may not seem as big as your problems, to them, the problems are monumental, so listen to them, truly, because you have to understand that, their brains are developed all the way, so for them, you may think of this as small, but for them, it is really into the world. So what I would ask for all of the adults in the room is to listen to our children and to hold each other accountable in those spaces where we have the control and we have the power, because that is what they need, in my perspective. I don't know.
All right, clap it up. Okay, we're going to get the last few comments here, and then we're going to Harambe up and go ahead and have so your food has arrived, okay, and so we want to put this, put it out, but we want to get this last piece of commentary from our panelists. So do we have any statements? All right.
Yes, I just wanted to, I definitely agree, there's a lot that can be done from advocates for parents and adults in general, but I think also something I didn't recognize in high school was that we have a lot of power in ourselves, like our peers. When I started Black Student Union at my high school, we didn't even know what each other was going through until we actually sat down and had a conversation like this is our experience. And there's strength in numbers and also strength in recognizing I'm not crazy, this is actually happening right now, this is a real experience, and I have the power in my voice to bring it to somebody. And if they don't care, I will keep coming every day until they hear my voice, So that's something I think.
I could just add, that is a very powerful point that Anaya made, because I remember that when I was in high school, we had issues. This is in the 90s. Like, we always had a BSU. So the Black Student Union was where we straight up represented. What was different from it was this. You know how we're all in the cafeteria together? All sitting together, eating together? And what we talking about? No. Okay, so what it took was some adults to bring us together to actually talk about something. What teachers are bothering you? What classes are you struggling in? Who's messing with you in the hallway? Is anybody saying anything to you? And then we would talk, just like, and I said, we were like, yeah, this one teacher, blah, blah, blah. I was in middle school, the teacher told us that the reason why black men and black women run faster and jump higher is because we have elongated tailbones. They said basically said we have tails like monkeys. And I was like, what? And I just couldn't believe this person said that. But it was in the BSU, because what happened was this. When I told my friends, we told each other, then we all told our parents. So then what I'm saying is that, going back to mine, right? That when you had your issue, it should have been passed here, and here, and here, and here. And then afterwards, it would have got back to somebody's parents, but not just one parent, two parents. And then, honestly, it's on us, because we're in the BSU, then they talking, and parents are talking about it at church on Sunday. Did you know what happened to so-and-so? And that's what kind of builds it. So when we have the opportunity to have conversations with each other, as a young person, you do have to take time to talk about something to let people know as well. So I just wanted to say that, and that is a powering thing that you can do. Another question, just anyone to add on. I just wanted to say that. The BSU really helped me out too, because matter of fact, my principal was happy when I left. Oh God, they was ready to get rid of me. They almost wanted to push me across that stage. They was like, bye, because every time I was letting somebody have it about anything. Somebody say something wrong in class, we have 5, 10 students going over there like, hey, I heard you said this, about this, and that's how we work. So you all have that right too. And the difference between us and y'all, I just want to say this last piece, is that, man, y'all got these phones? You got pictures? What y'all doing with them? And see, I like what you did. You took a picture. You had a recording. So you talk about putting that pressure, applying that pressure. That's what you do. But instead of passing on the TikToks about, pass on the real stuff. So we can get down to business and make things safer for each other. All right, go ahead.
Clap it up, y'all, for Barbara Keith. Okay, so you all, we're going to have our final word from Dr. Douglas. And also I want to make sure that I open up space to hear from Mama Joyce as our president of the AACHM, who has been real strong representing for the AACHM board. So clap it up for Mama Joyce. Okay. So I was gonna say, Mama Joyce, would you like to have any words? I'm just gonna get on down and Dr. Douglas is gonna give us our final word.
I'll just say it.
Okay. Excuse me, Donald. Excuse me.
So hello again to everyone.
Hi.
I really enjoyed the questions and the panel, so thank you. You did a great job. For those of you who don't know, Mr. Tucker mentioned that I was part of this. I'm a founding member of the museum, and so I've been here since day one. I also worked for Ann Arbor Public Schools. So I was at Pioneer, Huron, and then the central office. So I always enjoyed coming to see what's going on with the youth. So I hope you really stay connected to the museum. Maybe you can become ambassadors, or you can serve on some programs. So I look forward to working with you. And I also want to thank Mr. Tucker and his wife, Mrs. Tucker, for pulling this all together. So thank you.
And just remember, you all, accountability piece for us. We have the privilege of employing the culture. Okay, so these principles that we're talking about. Okay, when a student comes to me, I'm culturally obligated to listen and be present. And we're going to figure it out. Sometimes you have to buck up against your teachers, but at the same time, I don't want to prime you to just you know, to, because sometimes as humans, sometimes we'll, instead of really pushing ourselves to be at our highest performance, sometimes we will just start, sorry, you all know. Here, I don't know who this is. Here's one. No, that's somebody. Don't worry about that. Okay. Yeah. So we have to make sure that we are active on both fronts. So we're pushing ourselves to be at our very, very best. And then when sometimes issues do come about where an adult has to, and as an elder in the community, when you come in and trust me with that information, I'm going to listen. I'm going to be present, and I'm going to make sure that you did everything you were supposed to culturally do. That you respect your elders. That you listen. And as soon as the truth illuminates, and we see an injustice, then it's my job. And then I will come. I will come. Okay, I light that tail on fire. Okay, all right. But when you hurt my babies, okay, and that is the thing, because you're not just a student. You're me. You're me. Okay, and it can't be a space. Your learning space is supposed to be a space where you can go and grow and be your best self, and you're not supposed to feel threatened. And so it's our job to really stretch those walls and make room because of Kuji Jakalia. Because of Kuji Jakalia. And you are great. Your people were the ones that built the pyramids, invented mathematics, science. Okay, the first uniqueness, the one that traded. Your people, your royal ancestors. Okay, so they are you, you are me, and we are we. Okay, so Dr. Douglas, take us home. Then we're gonna do a Harambe.
I got 2 brief points. My name is Dr. Byron Douglas. I'm a clinical psychologist. I'm retired. I'm an Afrocentric psychologist, which means I use a lot of history and culture in my work. I want y'all, when we look at that word, me, a purpose, I want y'all to do something on purpose. You're living in a society right now that's trying to tell you that your history doesn't count and trying to keep you from learning your history. You learn your history, you get a better understanding of who you are. You get a better understanding of who you are, you're in a better position to support each other and strengthen each other. Very, very important that you understand who you are, that you were made in the image of the Creator, that I don't care if you light bright to blue black, you black. Okay? That's us, that's who we are. It's the cultures, the people. They opened up with the drums. The drum in Western Africa was for communication. You heard that drum was sending a message. You had to take that drum away from you. You started beating your body and playing your body and dealing with the heartbeat and clapping and stomping, because that's in you. Please understand the importance of history, understanding who you are, where you came from. There's not a university in this country that wasn't built by you. I'm not lying. Slave money, the money that these people made off of our enslavement, built Harvard, Yale, Princeton, Georgetown, every single university you can think of. Okay? Your sweat, your intelligence, your ability did that. Take school seriously, learn what you can, learn as much as you can, learn outside of school. We need institutions like this to teach the real history, because like I said, people are trying to shut your history down. Second point, messages and images. I do a lot of work on messages and images. Please start paying attention to the messages and images that are being projected to you. In the music, in the video, on the television, anywhere and everywhere. Okay, pay attention to the message that they're sending to you. What are they saying about you? How does it impact you? It's unfortunate that some of us participate in our own oppression because we've accepted the negative images and messages that they said. This panel has talked about people looking at you a certain way that goes back hundreds of years. They labeled us as thugs, and they labeled us as hoes and hoes back in 400 or 500 years ago. That's not who we are. And if you know history, you understand that we are far greater than that, and that's who we are. When you're looking at anything, become a critical thinker. What are they saying? What's the message they are conveying? Last thing, I was an advocate for students. I worked at Huron from 98 to 2018. Before that, I worked at a place called Maxie Training School, where I worked with young kids who had committed murder. I tell anybody, some of my murderers were geniuses. They just haven't warped the value system. While at Huron, 2006, people tried to fire me. They did. The kids stood up. Black kids turned out the school board, and they did it in a very intelligent, very profound way. I had people in the community say, we don't know who Dr. D is, but we heard about him, we got his back. From 2006 until I retired, everybody said a damn thing to me, okay? And I went ahead and did what I did. I worked with Mr. Stewart, Mr. Tucker, people in the building, tons there when I first got there, okay? When you stand up for each other, people are gonna stand up for you. Okay? Understand who you are, be proud of who you are. Don't let nobody tell you what you can or cannot do. You built this place. You built this country. It's mine. And it's time that we start collecting on what we built. Thank you. Hey, y'all.
Yeah, just in recognition, to know that we did hear you all, I just wanted to recap. I heard a lot of y'all talk about your experiences in school. And I heard a lot of the feedback that came back that said more representation in schools, more black folks working for you, being there and for you. Some of the people on this panel go to HBCUs, historical black colleges. I want you, because you're the young people, to try to imagine and think about, and I want to know from you, do you think that it's possible to create a chain of all black schools here in Washtenaw County? I want you to think about that and what it would be like from elementary through high school to be able to teach each other, to be in environments like this and learn from each other, because the generations have tried parts and pieces of that. Close, but this is why we need you. This is why we asked you to come here. It's because we still need help putting the rest of those pieces together to build those bridges. That's why we'll have people in the schools that you can't count on. It may not be all of them, but I want you to think about and imagine to have a chain of black schools in Washtenaw County where we can teach each other and feel safe. So I want you to hold that in your mind and make that your purpose for Nia. All right, I'm gonna give the y'all, we're gonna harambe out, y'all.
All right, clap it up, y'all. Brother Stewart, I'll be remiss if I didn't rank yours, because you may have something on your heart, man. You want something you want to say real quick, brother?
No, well, I think everything was pretty much covered this evening. I think one key point just to think about is this possibility of all black schools?
Yes, sir.
We talked about it before. That one of the things.
We can at least do an AACHM culture school.
I certainly thought about
Yeah.
that. Right?
So with that seed being planted, right, that seed is planted. I think it's time for us to start to seriously take that into consideration. We have the resource to start to build that opportunity. I think just from the response that we have with the students here is something of interest.
Yes.
And I don't think we should sleep on it.
All right, y'all. Clap it up for Brother Stewart. Okay. Yes. All right, so. Brother Darren, okay. Brother Darren, I want you to say something real quick.
You brought the youth, brother.
I just want to say thank you to the panel, especially. I'm not from here, and I attended an all-black Catholic school all my life. So I've never seen nothing but black excellence. Right? But I don't want to put my kids in a bad space, but my kids don't get to see that excellence. And it's a shame that y'all right across the freeway and we so disconnected, right? These kids right here are brilliant and great and lovable and deserve a chance to be where y'all at. But they're not gonna get that chance if this shit keeps going the way it's going.
Yes, sir.
This system is against them. And I am so proud to have brought them to a black space tonight.
Yes.
Right, for y'all to be up there and give them, for all of the elders to be here. I am just so proud. This was just such a great moment for me. Thank you all.
All right. Y'all heard from the bottom.
Big up to the youth. Big up to
Yes,
y'all.
big up to you. Yes. Clap it up for yourself. Okay, so in our tradition, this is how we do this, all right? So we're gonna have to work out, we only got so many bathrooms, but we got 4, so that's work it out, okay? So we're gonna get together in a circle, okay? We're gonna hold hands, and I'll give you further instructions from there. So everybody get on up, okay, let's create the circle.
And the reason why we do a circle is not just because. We do a circle because the circle represents our power for eternity. It doesn't have a beginning,
Nice son.
and it doesn't have an end.
He helped me out last time.
Circles are very important in our culture with our people. Come on. The drums are circular. That's right. Come on.
Hey, you know what? Nah, man, let's mix this thing up. Nah, too many of y'all too familiar with each other. Y'all gotta connect somewhere up in here. Get up in here. Come on, yeah. Come on up in here. Yeah. Now, where's Big Mike? Come on over here, man. Come on over, Big Mike. Come on over here. Yeah. That's right.
Oh, nice to meet you. So we just met.
Gotta mix this thing up.
I just met.
Let's go. Oh, man, right there. Okay, we gotta mix this thing up. Okay. I'm gonna let me see. Yeah, I'm a tourist.
Go ahead.
Let
me drop out. I'm gonna get to
Here we go. Yep. I know, that's what's up. That's what's up.
Okay, so in this tradition, okay, what we do is we hold our hands up. Everybody up, hold them up. Come on, get them up, okay? Yep. And then we pull down. So we're gonna do a practice run to make sure we do it together. Okay, so we pull. So Harambe means pull together. Okay, pull together. So when we pull down, we say Harambe. Okay, all right.
That's right.
Yeah, right, man. Come on, man. Don't be afraid, man. Come on. Yes.
So that's what it is. We gotta pull together.
Don't be afraid.
And wait, and the reason why,
Right.
everybody lock hands.
All right. And you all just understand that we would not be here if your ancestors did not pull together. Please understand. Okay. This space right here would not be if everybody from the donors, the president, the CEO, the funders, the fundraisers, okay, if people didn't pull together, we wouldn't have this space that we are in right now, okay? And so, you guys, we want to pull together, and we understand that we're in a circle because we are employing the principle, I am because we are, okay? I am because we are, okay? And we're going to do it, okay? All of you all in this circle, we're all successful. We're all successful, but we're going to take our success to a new height. We're all successful, okay? And we're going to keep going, all right? So let's get it. Please don't blow the house down over there, okay?
We put the camera.
Okay, all right, ready? Okay, here we go. Let's do a practice run. 1, 2, 3. Harambe! All right, that was pretty good. That was good. All right, you guys, we're going 7 strong. On the last Harambe, what do we do, Akili?
We hold it.
As long as you possibly can, okay? As long as you possibly can, okay? As loud as you possibly can. Because that's what we're doing. We're pulling together, we're giving it our all, okay? All right, here we go, y'all. 7 in. Let's get it. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Harambe!
Harambe! Harambe! Harambe! 4. Harambe! 5. Harambe! 6. Last one, y'all. Harambe! Okay, all right, you all, wash your hands, okay? We're going to prepare the pizzas in here. Why don't we just
You know what I'm